Hey, how are we all doing, legends? Great to see you all back. We're back for another stream, another day of fun. Let me know who we've got in with us in the chat, of course. Get in the chat, get involved, get the likes up. Come on, let's get going. Just pour myself a quick cup of tea. Nick, how we doing? Number one today. Nick is first. How are we? Then we've got Alistair saying, great little AMA just then. Interesting about exit taxes and stuff. Yeah, I did jump in. I managed to jump in there for about 20 minutes or so, and then I had to jump out because I had some stuff to do, obviously, before the stream. But yeah, I was in there for about 20 minutes. Great AMA. Of course, always great to hear from TMG in it. Do you prefer tea over coffee? So I'll be honest. I can take either. I'm not really too bothered. Normally, throughout the working day, I'll drink coffee. So normally from like morning onwards, I will just drink coffee, and then come like late afternoon into the evening, I'll have tea. That's kind of my routine. But I've actually ran out of coffee, and I've not been to the shop since. So I'm just on tea all the time now, for the time being, until probably the weekend when I get time to go to the shop. I I could have nipped to the shop, but to be honest, it's not that urgent. So yeah, personally, I like both. But yeah, normally what I'll do is I'll have coffee in the morning through into the afternoon. Then kind of when I stop working, if I want a hot drink, then I'll have tea from then until I go to bed. Sometimes a green tea as well. I do like a green tea right before I go to bed. I find it sets you up nicely. That's kind of my routine, yeah. And I tell you what, I have actually been doing over the past couple of weeks is Green and Blacks. I don't know if anyone knows, the Green and Blacks chocolate maker. They make dark chocolate. They do a powder, dark chocolate powder, which basically you just mix like a couple teaspoons of the powder. It's like 100% pure cocoa. There's no sugar in, added sugar or anything in it. But you get like two or three teaspoons of that. Put it in with a little bit of milk. Then you have to mix it round for a good couple minutes. It takes ages to kind of turn it into a paste. And then obviously you warm just some milk in a microwave in a cup and then mix the paste in. And then it's it makes obviously hot chocolate, but it's a great option obviously for anyone that wants a hot chocolate. I personally love dark chocolate. I absolutely love it. I don't really eat milk chocolate at all, unless it's kind of, just put on my toes and there's nothing really else. But yeah, I prefer dark chocolate, and that's obviously a good option because there's no added stuff in it. It's literally just 100% pure cocoa, just ground into a powder. That I will have, maybe a couple times a week on a night time. I haven't had it for over a week now, but I'll probably have one on the weekend. So yeah, that coffee through the day, tea mid-afternoon into the evening, maybe a green tea, and maybe once or twice a week a nice dark chocolate, hot chocolate. Howdy Steve-O, how are we doing? Let me know in the chat. What do you prefer, tea or coffee? Afternoon tea, how very British. Yeah, that's it, innit? Yeah, that's it. To be fair, sometimes I do think that if you have a cup of tea first thing in the morning, it just hydrates you better than coffee. Even though really there's like the kind of same amount of water in there, it just feels like tea hydrates you more. So yeah, there is that. But I prefer to have it of an afternoon, evening. But I haven't minded drinking it through the day. Is it bitter tasting? What, that hot chocolate? No, it's nice. It's nice because you mix it into milk. So no, it's not bitter tasting. It's nice. And you can make it obviously as strong or weak as you want just by using more or less powder. SMFC, how are you doing?
Not too bad. What are you talking about?
Rambling on as usual.
Yeah, I can tell.
Because I said I was going to pour myself a cup of tea, Scotty asked me, do I prefer tea or coffee? And then I just went on to a complete tangent.
Yeah, that was quite the tangent.
Yeah, well, we'll go on.
The consensus is you like everything.
Basically, but very specific times. Might be a little bit of autism in there, potentially, who knows? But very, very specific times and like in a specific way. I really don't like to mix it up unless I have to. So yeah, I couldn't have like a cup of coffee, then a cup of tea, then a cup of coffee, then a cup of tea. No. Couldn't do that. It would mess with my brainwaves too much. What about you? What do you have and when?
Coffee during the daytime. Sometimes I'll have hot chocolate at night time.
Yeah.
I used to smash green tea all the time, but
yeah.
I don't know. We've got a coffee machine now, so I just set the coffee machine going and it does it for me.
Yeah. What about a cup of tea? No cup of tea.
I'm not really a tea drinker.
Oh,
I don't really like it.
Well, I'll tell you what. I don't know if anyone else feels like this, but when I'm out, I will happily buy a coffee, whether that be a latte. Basically, just most of the time it's a latte, but I don't mind an Americano as well if I'm feeling like I don't want as much milk. But I kind of actively refuse to buy tea when I'm out because I think it's just such a rip-off.
Oh, 100%. It's just hot water, isn't it?
Yeah. Like, if I'm out, I have no problem, going to Starbucks or an independent chain and paying £4 or £5 for a nice, large latte or large Americano. But I just it kind of makes me feel a bit like really like uneasy to buy a cup of tea because that tea bag is literally about 10p and then it's just water and milk. Where coffee, at least, it's obviously ground beans, which is obviously more expensive and more tasty. It's basically like if you was to go out and you were to buy a coffee and they just used instant coffee, you would feel like you'd been absolutely cheated, wouldn't you? Like if it just used instant coffee, obviously filter coffee is all right as well because it's, you know, coffee grounds. But if you went out,
What's happened to your speaker? Have you gone? Someone just changed your sound then.
am I still here?
Oh, you're there now. I don't know if that happened to everyone else there, but I don't know. That was weird, that one. I've no idea what you just said.
Okay, well, yeah. So yeah, what I was saying was, if you was to go out and you bought a cup of coffee and they used instant coffee, you'd feel absolutely cheated, wouldn't you? And you'd feel absolutely scammed, yeah. Well, that's kind of what I feel like with buying tea out, because you know the tea bag's about 10p, and then obviously they're just using hot water and milk, and then that's it. Where at least, obviously, you know, if you're buying a coffee, they're using proper coffee grounds and stuff. So I really don't like buying tea when I'm out, because I think it's just completely mispriced compared to obviously coffee. But anyway, yeah.
When I were at uni, there used to be a little tea shop that did only tea, and it was like they made their own bags of flavoured tea. And that
yeah,
I don't mind
that. Yeah. There's been a couple places that I've been that I've had tea where they've actually, like, either in a pot or, like you say, in a bag, where they've used actual tea leaves. Like, you know, actually put the tea leaves in. If it's like that, no problem at all, because, you know, that's obviously extra effort and, you know, real freshness. But if they're just using a bang average tea bag,
yeah, it's PG tips behind the bar.
I just feel scammed. So yeah, that's obviously where we're up to with that anyway. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that intro. Do make sure, if you enjoyed listening to all that, drop a like, subscribe as well, and if you do have any more interesting topics for us to discuss, like the tea and coffee debate, do drop it into the chat. Always mixes things up. When Horlicks, used to drink Horlicks a lot, you know. Yeah, I used to drink Horlicks a lot. Haven't had it for
malted flavour or something.
Yeah, I haven't had it for years and years and years. Yeah, not. It's one of them where you do kind of feel like. I remember anyway, because I probably haven't had a Horlicks for about 4 or 5 years, but I do remember, like, you'd have it and you'd feel like you could sleep really well then. Do you know what I mean? You'd feel like it would give you a really good sleep. But yeah, I haven't had one for ages. Beware tea bags made with plastic. Yes, that's right, Scotty, you are right. Yeah, tea bags. So a lot of tea bags, if anyone didn't know, release like thousands or maybe millions of microplastics into your brew each time you boil it. The ones that you want to go for is obviously any organic teas. So I can't remember what the brand is. They do a good green tea and they do tea bags. There's obviously, I think, tea pigs as well. I think they're organic, but I personally use Yorkshire tea. Because I think it's just the best tasting one, and their bags are 100% plant-based, I think, so there's no like glue or anything in them, which releases obviously the microplastics. So yeah, you are right, Scotty. Yorkshire tea all the way, which you'll be proud to hear of, won't you, Dean?
We wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah. Daily is also dropped below the 200 EMA, which it broke the other day for the first time since 2024. How about bubble tea with a pancake on the side? I'll be honest, I've never had that as a combo, so I couldn't really comment.
Have you ever had bubble tea?
I haven't had one like on my own, but I've tried some ones.
Okay, I've never had it before.
No, I've never.
It doesn't intrigue me.
The balls are a bit weird. Like they kind of just pop in your mouth. No, it doesn't really interest me either. Like if I was going to have something like that, I'd rather either just have like an iced coffee or just like an actual milkshake. Oh, so you meant the DXY? Yeah. The DXY dropped below the 200 EMA. We'll go and have a look now. Anyway, yeah, there is too much sugar, I think, in that. But anyway, back to the market. That was fun. That was fun, weren't it? So you're saying the DXY dropped below the 200 EMA. Let's go and have a look. The weekly, maybe. Let me see what you said, Scott. Coding, sorry. Daily. Oh wait, sorry, to the upside. Sorry. I was reading that wrong. I was reading it as though it had broke it to the broke through to the downside. I mean, yeah, obviously this is on the daily. This line is drawn from the weekly chart. I haven't looked at the DXY in bloody ages. This line is drawn from the weekly chart. So obviously on the daily it looks, probably a bit different. You can probably be better off drawing a box. But yeah, you are right on the 200 EMA. Obviously we lost it in March 25. And then, yeah, first touch since, obviously pushed above, dropped back below. But this has been, pushing up quite nicely, innit? Which is actually good for anyone that deals in pounds, because obviously, the higher the DXY goes, the more the pound gets crushed. And then, of course, if you're selling any crypto, you then obviously get a better rate when you're swapping stables into pounds if you actually withdraw into your bank. So, if you're looking at maybe selling some point, I mean, Q4 is looking not the best for selling at the moment, is it? Obviously, a couple of weeks could change anything. But, maybe if you're still holding and you was planning to sell on Q4, maybe you're still going to sell, who knows? Maybe you're going to sell in Q1 or whatever. Really, obviously, if you are dealing in pounds, anyone from the UK, you do want this to push up as high as possible, because it will obviously give you a better exchange rate when you're swapping from stables into pounds, if you're doing that. Or if you're just sitting in stables, obviously it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so there is that. Anyway, so back to obviously the glory stuff. Dean, what have you been doing recently? What have you been up to? What have you been trading? What's your thoughts?
Moving house.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on the overall market?
I'm feeling like I'm glad I don't have much exposure anymore, so I don't really need to have a strong opinion either way. I'm looking at the US dollar, and I think it's going to go up at some point. So DXY is going to carry on going up. US dollar versus GBP is going to go up. I think I'm content with my position at the moment, and risk off is good for me at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, the market's at a really interesting point, isn't it? I still haven't changed my mind. I still would prefer to see Bitcoin go towards 90k, personally, to go and close that CME gap. I think.
Really? Why do you want to go down?
Because I want to buy things cheaper.
Oh, you want to buy some more? I ain't dipping back in.
Yeah, I will. I will most certainly dip back in down there. Really, I think it's because we've got so close to it. I just feel like this will be one where it feels like you're never going to close it, and then at some point you'll just get bong. Do you know what I mean? To then go and close it. So at the moment,
you got some orders set down there?
No, I haven't got any. I haven't got any limits set at the moment.
Might be a good idea to do that,
because I will probably be more so inclined to buy memes, specific memes as well, down there, because the ones I'm looking at tend to bounce the hardest whenever Bitcoin bounces. So that's what I'll be looking at to get. And obviously you don't know how low they could go, do you? If Bitcoin gets another leg down. So that's kind of my thoughts at the moment. Again, I could definitely have my mind changed, for sure, but that's kind of where I'm at. What are you? So
if you want me to give you some bullish inspiration, I'm not full of it at the moment.
Go on.
Sorry, I'm not full of it. I don't have much bullish. I don't know. There's nothing's making me feel particularly bullish at the moment.
So are you majority out then now, or what?
Majority out, yeah. I've got my play bags, I've got my moon bag, and I've got the rest is gone. It's done.
Yeah. Are you still DCAing into the short ETFs?
I certainly am.
Yeah. Nvidia got a nice drop, didn't it?
To be honest, I don't look at it. I just jump in there every morning, buy a little bit, and then jump out.
Well,
it's a long-term position, this, so it doesn't really matter what it does on the daily.
If Nvidia, I don't know what it's at the moment pre-market, but yesterday it was down to 195, of course. last Wednesday, and then on Monday it was up at 210, 211. So that's obviously a nice drop down to yesterday. It has bounced a bit. I do expect these to bounce. Personally, anyway, I think I would just love one more leg up. You know, maybe this year or starting next year, whenever. Maybe it goes higher than this, but anywhere in this kind of $30 zone, 220 upwards, I will really start hitting the DCA hard then. But yeah, Bitcoin's actually going to bounce and squeeze up as we speak. Its highest level since 5 o'clock this morning. But yeah, I mean, in terms of that, what is going on with the market? Not much, I'll be honest. Obviously, you can see since yesterday, you know, we was here. Look, literally, this is where we were streaming yesterday. So we are
exactly the same point.
You know, basically just $500-$600 higher than where we was. Yeah,
it's just consolidating it.
Yeah.
It's just going to do this for a little bit.
Yeah, it's just consolidating. So that means obviously in turn we really don't have any difference when it comes to ETH and alts. So I wish I could give you some, you know, some great analysis compared to yesterday, but basically we are just the same, aren't we? Now, for anyone that wasn't here yesterday, obviously do just let me know in the chat if you want me to cover anything specific, but we'll just rattle through. This thing is outrageous, isn't it? This thing is just absolutely outrageous.
What is causing this? It's privacy coin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a privacy coin, but it's not actually like full privacy. It's not like true privacy. Monero is actual true privacy.
What's the point of a privacy coin that's not true privacy?
See, now, I don't know the full ins and outs of it because I've never used it, and I'll be honest, I don't own any of it or anything, so I've never really looked at it. But from what I've seen people saying on Thingo is, obviously this is being hyped up and really obviously pushed. I mean, it's being pushed hard. But in terms of actual privacy, it's not true privacy like Monero is. Like Monero is the true privacy coin. But I mean, what is pushing it? I mean, there's obviously a hell of a lot of money rotating into it, isn't there? Now, if you look at it on TradingView charts, you can't actually see anything from here. Obviously, if we look on the monthly, you can't actually see anything because it's basically surpassed, you know, all levels. What you actually have to do, but I mean, if anyone knows one that goes further back than March 2019, do let me know. But we were looking at the TradingView one on CoinMarketCap yesterday, which actually does give you the data back from 2017. And as you can see on the monthly, January 2018, we do have this big upper wick all the way up to 950. Now, for me, I think that's quite interesting because obviously at the moment it's just squeezing up. It's just in a clear uptrend. This looks very interesting. The closer it gets to it, if it fills in that wick and gets towards $1,000, I think I would have quite a short on it. Obviously with risk managed and stuff, but I think that will be. I'm not going to try and short it on the way up just blindly or anything. I will wait patiently. If it gets up to here, I will short it. You know, right below $1,000 if I can, if I'm awake. You know, you never know what'll happen overnight, but I will try and short it there. Apart from that, I'm not going to touch it. But yeah, it's interesting when you come and look at it like this. And look at this. Look at this. This is absolutely wild, this thing. So see that candle there from from January 2018. The volume on that candle was, for the whole month, was 77 million. How crazy is that? If you look at the candle from October, it was 23.5 billion.
And I mean, that just sort of shows how many more people does crypto now than what they did in 2018, isn't it?
Isn't that absolutely wild? That is crazy, isn't it? So basically, at this point, I mean, that candle's a bit, you can't really tell on that one because obviously the upper wick was so much. But if you choose something like this, you know, that had 95 million. Obviously, a lot of that, you know, was buying. Again, that had a bit of a big upper wick, but yeah, it's crazy. Obviously, how things pumped so much with, you know, just such little volume. But yeah, absolutely nothing. I mean, look at the performance on it compared to everything else. It's wild, isn't it? But yeah, we got not much. Yeah, like I said, not much movement going on in the market compared to everything else. You got pumped down 5%. We'll carry on. Just going to check the chart. Let's see. BlackRock has just moved.
Dave, there's a Zcash that goes back to 2017 on TradingView.
Is there? What one
There
is
is.
it?
Zcash crypto index.
Oh, what, do you have to type in Zcash?
Yeah. For me, it's the second one down.
Hang on.
There you go, fourth one down for you.
You go
Oh, no,
Zach.
go back.
Oh.
Delete all that.
Oh, is that
Yeah,
it?
it popped
There.
up. Look, you
No.
already had it.
All right. Which one?
No, delete crypto index.
Oh, right.
It is the one under Kraken. Under Kraken.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Right, let's move that up then. Where are we? Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Let's put that there. Let's replace that one. So if we do go and have a look on the monthly. Oh, yeah, there we go. Oh, top work, Dean. Top work.
It's hefty, that, isn't it, that candle?
It's wild, isn't it? It's absolutely wild. I just think, and I said this on stream the other day, and I think I said it on Wizard stream on Tuesday. But you know what I think the wildest part of it is that you could have, if you look there, August, July 2022, it was at $52, right? December 2022, after FTX, it went down to 36. Then obviously came down a little bit lower, went all the way down to 20. So you could have spent what is almost the best part of 3.5 years. 3.5 years accumulating this. And let's just say, you would have come out with an average entry of like $30, $40. You literally, all you had to do was just buy Zcash. If you were a Zcash bull, you've spent 3.5 years watching everything else pump and just accumulating it as it goes sideways. But then single-handedly over the past 2 months, it's basically, you would have outperformed basically probably 95% of people, I would assume, compared to obviously going into other altcoins and then, obviously risking downside and everything because, say your average entry was 40, you're comfortably, about 13x up here, almost 14x, which is just crazy, isn't it?
It does show you that having faith in one thing and one thing alone and being super knowledgeable in that thing can be valuable.
And I think obviously something like privacy as well, like that is kind of basically what crypto was meant to be built on, weren't it?
Yeah.
With privacy and, self-custody and just all that jazz. But yeah, I think that is the maddest thing about the whole Zcash thing is just the fact that you could have had, obviously in hindsight, yes, it's easy to sit there and say this in hindsight when we're just staring at the chart, but there will be many people that were just complete perma Zcash bulls. There will be people out there that just fully into Zcash, just to probably accumulating it as much as they could and just waiting patiently. And then, of course, they've been rewarded now. And, they haven't really risked any downside. And it's just all the way up there. I think that's kind of the craziest thing. It does show you, doesn't it? Like the, like you said, picking something. But picking something that is, like, relevant. Something that will kind of have its day and move. But, yeah, unbelievable. Monero, Pirate Chain, Dero, Radiance are much more private than Zcash. Obviously, yeah, the big one there being Monero, isn't it? Has anyone here read TLOBC? No, I have no idea what that is. What is it, Raven? Litecoin has privacy on it, but it is optional. Mimblewimble, I think it is called. Yeah, well, I mean, yesterday we saw... Where is it? Hang on. Where is it? Here somewhere. We obviously saw Zcash pop a little bit. No, Zcash. Monero popped a little bit up here. So if we go to the daily, you can see we've got this really annoying in terms of if you're looking for Monero to go higher and persistent resistance. Did that get a nice pop up yesterday up to towards 380 and then back down. Today it's again trying it. But maybe that is, showing that some profits from wherever are rotating into Monero. You do have Zen up 9% again today. Dash back up after falling off yesterday. So yeah, things are definitely moving in terms of privacy. But I mean, I'm not too sure about Litecoin, but for me, I'll be closely watching this because this has obviously hardly moved. You know, it got its big move, didn't it, in April, May, and then since this, you know, the Zcash narrative has been on, it's basically hardly moved. I mean, it has had a pump. When did Zcash start moving? It was like mid-September, was it? So let's just pull that. You know, say it's like 25% up, not even 30% up. I think when we start to see this move wildly, that will maybe signal for me that the end of the privacy meta's coming, because that would show maybe that, you know, profits are starting to rotate into Monero now, while it hasn't moved. But yeah, I mean, we'll wait and see what happens. But I mean, it's a great narrative to get behind. Personally, I'll be honest, I missed it. Didn't even consider buying Zcash. Did trade the Zen. I remember, obviously, we looked at that at $9, traded that to about 15 and closed out, and I haven't traded it since. But that's all my involvement has been in the privacy matter. Oh no, he's back. He's back. ICT's back. The legend of boiled chicken. The boiled chicken man's back. Vote for US Open. We're all right, Nick. We are all right because US clocks have changed. It'll only open in like another 50 minutes. But I will get it up, mate. Yeah, I will get it up. I guess not many people know LTC has optional privacy. Well, yeah, I mean, I think, you know, something like Litecoin, I think this again could be something to really watch out for obviously, you know, some form of top signal. I think if this starts rallying up to historical highs, I think that's something to be really concerned about, to be honest. Especially, you know, because at the end of the day, what are all these? They're all dino coins, aren't they? And I think you'll probably remember the saying, Dean, of like when dino coins start pumping, that's kind of near the end. So yeah, I think
is it because Bitcoin's sort of a dino coin, isn't it?
Yeah,
Where'd you draw the line?
Bitcoin's the king, isn't it?
Yeah.
Bitcoin's the king. But yeah, anyway. Well, that's where we're up to. Anyway, that's where we're up to.
Litecoin. No.
I have traded it. I held some back in 2021, but I haven't held any since. But I have traded it since. I've traded it a couple of times this year. Yeah, so that's where we're up to with the market anyway. Yeah, there's literally no change from yesterday, apart from, yeah, obviously Zcash just absolutely sending. And then what have we got? Oh, this thing. This is actually another one, isn't it?
That's flying. Why is that flying?
Well, I think, I mean, I don't know this for a fact, but I've seen quite a few big accounts tweeting about it. So I don't know whether they're doing some marketing, which is pushing it, or what. I don't really know what's pushing it.
So it was just above $1 in mid-September.
Mid-September.
The bottom of that week. Oh no, start of October.
Start of October, it was like $4.50.
No, look at the bottom of that wick.
Oh, the bottom of the wick. Yeah, that was on the you know, that wipeout that.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, that was on the wipeout.
You said that'd be a right by that.
Yeah.
7x in a month.
Yeah, that was on the wipeout. But I mean, what's driving this? Yeah, I see a handful of big accounts tweeting about it. So I don't know whether there's some sort of marketing act going on to obviously try and push it. I think obviously people are trying to short it too, which is then providing the liquidity to keep pushing it higher. Maybe the people behind ICP are just walking it up as well. Obviously, you know, buying at market and walking it up. I'll be honest, I don't know. I've had this drawn out for a while. I haven't looked at ICP in ages. But as you can see, we obviously had the weekly range here. We then dropped out, and then reclaimed, and then pushing up now. So, I mean, on the weekly, yeah, this kind of $7.50 range looks like it will be next. I don't know what this is up here. That must be from the daily. Let's go and see. But yeah, I mean, it's had a great run so far. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can see it there perfectly on the daily. Kind of there, and then obviously looking at they'd be kind of my next 3 levels I'd be watching out for. But it's moving nicely. And the thing is, you know, compared to obviously where it was wedged in this range, it is only really just beginning its expansion. Now, what you can see on this pattern here on the chart is that age-old pattern that we've looked at quite a few times on the stream that a lot of you probably will remember. I'll draw it out here. I know we looked at it on Bitcoin a couple of times. We've looked at it on ETH to look for obviously, you know, continuation on where the price is going to go. So just this simple pattern of when you have a range and then you get the fake out liquidation and then obviously then price expands. That's a pretty standard thing to look for. And as you can see here, you know, you've got the range, you've then got the liquidation to the downside, fake out, whatever you want to call it, reclaim of the range, and then range expansion. So yeah, they'd be my next 3 levels I'll be watching out for anyway. But again, I'm not really too concerned with trying to trade this. Congrats to anyone that was in. Personally, I definitely won't be trying to short it. But yeah, that's kind of just where we're at. So yeah, let me just move in on there. Oh.
Tired?
Not tired, I was just stretching, but yeah.
You get up early, innit?
Yes, yeah. I had privacy coins on an exchange that was stolen by the RCMP. What is that?
Royal Canadian Mounted Police?
Maybe, yeah.
I think they're the ones that wear the funny uniforms, like the red ones.
Right. I don't know. Tell us more, Scotty. Anyway, tell us more, mate. Dave, have you ever smoked? Yes. Yeah, I have, yeah. You need help. You're getting addicted to smoking cigs. You're getting addicted to smoking cigs. I mean, why? Why have you started smoking them? Where have you been anyway, ICT? You literally, I don't think I've seen you in the chat. You disappeared for about 6 months, then popped up again, then disappeared again for probably, I'd say, the last 2-3 months, and then have just popped up again saying you're now addicted to smoking cigarettes. Just stop. Just
stop. Is that like NHS advice? Just stop.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I always think if you want to quit something, I find it the best to just go cold turkey. Like, not this easing out. I mean, if you want to ease yourself off and just get a vape, at the end of the day, the vape will still be better than smoking ciggies. But I just find it, yeah.
You don't know what's in a vape?
You do.
Well, do you? What's in a vape?
It's mostly made up of 2 glycerols. One's vegetable glycerol, and the other one, I can't remember what the other one is. And basically what the 2 different glycerols are is, one is like the base, you know, for the liquid. So obviously like what the liquid is mostly made up of. And then the other glycerol is where the flavor comes from. So on a lot of vapes and vaping liquid, you'll have a percentage on the back with PG and VG. I can't remember what the other glycerol is. One's vegetable glycerol, which I think is what most of the liquid is made up of. And then the other one, and what you'll have is a percentage on the back. So you'll have like, say, 80-20, 70-30, 60-40, 50-50. And basically, the more even the numbers get, the more flavour is in there, because obviously you've got the base liquid, which is the vegetable glycerol, and then the flavour one. But obviously, you know, as you get down in ratio, the more flavour is added in there. But yeah, I mean, I would say just go cold turkey on it, or just do something else. Cigs, vapes worse. I don't think so. Why? I think why?
You can make the argument that you don't get non-organic plastic tea bags because of the microplastics. Who's to say you're not smoking the actual I don't know. I don't really know how a vape works, to be honest. But you're going to be smoking something from that vape.
Yeah, but what are you? How many chemicals are in? There's so many chemicals in cigarettes as well, and I suppose this depends on.
It's natural, isn't it? It's plant.
No.
The paper.
No.
The paper's got like. It's all natural.
No, it depends what you're smoking. So if you're smoking rollies, they're a lot better than the pre-made shop bought ones. The pre-made shop bought ones are horrendous for you. Like,
well, yes.
so
what
bad.
You're saying is the best ones to smoke is pre-made. Is rollies.
If you're gonna smoke either one, yeah, because there's nowhere near as much chemicals in them. The pre-made shop bought ones are horrendous. They are not natural at all.
No, you can get. Do you remember they used to put plastic bits
is,
inside the filters and that?
There's something in the filters of them and something in the paper as well compared to rolly paper. But also,
just don't smoke. That probably is the best.
It's the tar as well. I think it's the tar. Now, what I would say is with a vape is if you can't control yourself, there is the argument that it will be worse because obviously, say. I assume maybe the average smoker maybe smokes like 10 cigarettes a day. Maybe someone smokes a full pack if they really don't want to breathe. But with a vape, there's you could easily probably get like a couple thousand puff vape and smoke it all in one day because obviously it tastes nice and you can just do it constantly no matter where you are. So there is that. Obviously, if you can't control yourself and you've got an addictive personality, then you may end up smoking just so many vapes that it ends up being in some form of way worse. But I mean, I just think the tar side of things and everything is probably worse than cigarettes. But again, I mean, I don't do any. The only time I ever smoke is sometimes when I'm having a drink and I don't smoke. I'll just get a little tiny vape, one that has got like 600 puffs, so I can't go crazy, and then obviously just throw it away after I'm done. So yeah, but I try and just not smoke at all. I did smoke a lot when I was like late teenager though. I became quite the smoking fiend when I was having a drink when I was like 18, 19, 20. But also during times I've not been. So yeah, there we go. Anyway, what we're doing, just don't smoke. Yeah, I mean that is obviously the best thing to do. Again, I just want to make everyone aware that was not an advertisement for smoking cigarettes.
yeah, we're actually about to unveil the B&H sponsorship that we've taken.
Not an advertisement, and also me and Dean are not health professionals, so maybe one of us or both of us have said something incorrect there. So yeah, don't take that as health advice either. We're not certified to speak on what is worse than the other. But yeah, there we go anyway. Waste of money, lose it all in crypto instead. Organic tobacco is better than shop-bought cigs. They add chemicals to make it addictive, and it's not nicotine. It's the shop-bought ones are the ones where they add loads of chemicals into them and everything, don't they? But again, whatever. Anyway, ICT. Just go cold turkey. Honestly, just go cold turkey. It'll be tough for a few days, but just find yourself something to do. I don't know what, but just find yourself something to do. And I find, no matter what it is, if you're trying to quit it, just go cold turkey. And then after a few days, you'll obviously start to forget about it. So yeah, that's what we're up to with that. What have we got going on? MicroStrategy. I saw a great article on the CSE website yesterday about what Willy Woo tweeted. We looked at what Willy Woo tweeted as well yesterday on stream. This was obviously on the CSE website yesterday. I think it's quite interesting, don't you? It does obviously give him a couple years, doesn't it? But I mean, do you see?
I didn't really understand his argument, to be honest.
I think what he's basically saying is because they've got no debt repayments until 2027, which I don't know how they've not got any debt repayments till 2027, but apparently they've not. Because they've got but I don't. Right. So where is all them? This is what I'm just confused about this whole house of cards that Sailor's built, right? So if we go and have another look at this. Right. So I think between all these, what was it? Was it about 6 billion, 7 billion, something like that between all them debt payments? So, there's about 6 or 7 billion there, whatever. Call it 7. But where is the rest of the money? So if these are all his debt payments that he needs to make, where's the rest of the money come from? Like, how have they raised the rest of the money?
How much money is there beyond the 6-7 billion there?
Well, actually, yeah, I think there is. That's actually a good point. I think there is actually ones for like 2030, 2031 and stuff, isn't there?
Yeah. So it'll be continuing these indefinitely.
Yeah, that's it. Actually, yeah, there'll probably be. There is actually ones I think I remember seeing for 2030. Because I was thinking, MicroStrategy doesn't make any money. There's no way that they've been able to buy the rest of that Bitcoin off their own back. No way. So yeah, I think there is actually. I remember seeing ones for like 2030, 2031 and stuff like that. But I mean, the idea that Bitcoin needs to be 335,000 in mid 2028 is crazy.
That's atrocious. It's awful.
It needs to be. I mean, and look at the jump between that as well. That's the thing, innit? In 3 months' time, Bitcoin needs to jump, or MicroStrategy needs to jump, basically like 50%.
We've got a 6-month gap for there where it's got to go from 91 to 215, and then a 9-month gap where it's got to go from 91 to 335. That's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. I don't really understand it. I'll be honest. Like, I still can't wrap my head around this house of cards that is built and what it all means. I don't know about anyone else, but I don't understand these. Do you understand this, dude? Because if you don't understand it, then I really just I don't know who else would. But what I'm going to show you now.
All right.
Where is it? These. So you see these that they've made. So you've got MSTR, but then you've obviously got STRK, STRC, STRF, and then STRD.
What are they?
I don't know. But these are the...
It says that variable rate Series A perpetual stretch preferred stock. That is something designed to confuse people.
Is this thing closed at an all-time high yesterday? But I don't know what it does. And I don't. Yeah, let's ask Rock actually. Remember these tickers: STRK, STRC, STRF, and STRD. So STRC, no KC. What is it? Hang on, KCFD. Right, KCFD. Let's see. They are perpetual preferred stock offerings issued by MicroStrategy. These instruments allow Strategy to raise capital primarily for purchasing Bitcoin, while providing investors with Bitcoin-backed yield exposure through fixed and variable dividends. They form a yield curve in Strategy's capital structure, catering to different risk tolerances. For stable income, STRF, to hybrid growth, and then to high risk yields, and then inflation hedge cash flows. All are listed on NASDAQ, trade like equities, and rank above common stock in liquidation, but below debt. I still don't get it. Because how are they paying the yield? MicroStrategy doesn't make any money. So apparently,
I don't get it.
STRK is an 8% dividend rate. But how? Like, where are they getting the money? I don't get where they're getting the money from. So key features: each share converts to 0.1 MSTR shares. Oh right, so you pay them in MSTR shares, right? So I think that they're paying them in MSTR shares. Well, that makes sense. They must have a lot of.
It feels like it feels like it's making me feel really stupid.
Yeah, I still don't fully understand them, but it makes it. But then that's only that one. So then the other one is floating rate hedges inflation. So this one's over collateralized 5-1 with Bitcoin. It's designed as a synthetic stable coin for low volatility. This one pays 9 to 10%. But I don't know how they pay this out, because that doesn't say anything about MSTR. Neither does that one, neither does that one. I really don't know what these are. I'll be honest. I'm not going to pretend that I do. But it just seems very complicated.
What do they do at the moment? Is it literally just they're a financial instrument that people use for Bitcoin?
No, I think it's how they've raised all this money that they've raised. I think. I don't know. Well, I think it's a different way of them raising money, but I don't know. Hang on. So,
why do you type in all caps?
Because I just have it on when I'm streaming.
You messaged me earlier. It just felt like you were shouting at me.
Yeah. So, it pays the yield primarily from Bitcoin sales, but they don't sell any Bitcoin. What is going on here?
Does that mean at some point they're going to have to start selling Bitcoin?
I don't know. The company runs negative free cash flow. Operations lose 100 million to 200 million per year after salaries and stuff. So dividends are funded by liquidating small portions of its Bitcoin treasury, or less commonly by issuing new shares / debt. I think that's probably more commonly in it. So STRF is a 10% fixed dividend. That's good, that, isn't it? But I suppose you've got the change in price, haven't you? You got the change in price. So this apparently is funded by Bitcoin sales, but they don't sell any Bitcoin. So I don't know how. I have no idea.
How can that possibly work?
Right. So apparently,
as soon as they start selling Bitcoin, then that's going to spark people elsewhere selling Bitcoin.
So what I'm thinking here is apparently all of these are funded by Bitcoin sales. All 4 of them. That's what it says anyway. I'm thinking that they're paying these with more debt because they don't sell any Bitcoin. So they're obviously having to pay it from somewhere. So they must be having to pay this from debt elsewhere as well. I think. I really don't know.
And so the lowest risk one has got the joint highest fixed dividend. The middle 2 have got lower dividend, and the highest risk has got the joint highest most dividend.
Yeah, but I think this is.
So they can also vary in price as well, presumably.
Yeah. So as it says here, this is the first to be cut in downturn. So obviously this one is the highest risk. So that one will probably be more volatile and obviously take bigger hits on downturns, I think. I really don't understand it. It does make you feel quite stupid, doesn't it? I know a guy who spends 10k of his year on smoking. Jesus Christ. To be fair, I actually know someone who used to spend, I think it was £700 or £800 a month, so probably, in and around the same figure, yeah, on smoking. And he moved over to vapes, I think about a year ago or something. Yeah, he used to spend about 700-800 quid. And,
how many packs a day is that?
Oh, I think he smoked in between 1 and 2 packs a day.
Bloody hell.
Sometimes 2. But I mean, the thing is, who's one of my dad's mates, and what is he now? He's over 60 now, and he's smoked like that since probably I think it's teens. It's crazy, that, isn't it?
Wow.
You just think about
he's
how
still got functional lungs. That's crazy.
He's still alive. Yeah. It's just crazy, isn't it, to think that you can smoke that much for that long and somehow still be able to breathe and everything. It is actually mad, isn't it, when you think about it?
Some people just doesn't affect them as much.
Yeah, he's got a message for you. I'm not going to read that out, but basically he's saying get yourself a different form of addiction. I don't even think ICT's still here anyway. I think he's gone. Sailor should launch a meme coin. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine if Sailor launched a meme coin? How funny would that be?
You know what would really call it?
you know what would really mess with people? Imagine if he launched a meme coin called Liquidated. Like, can you imagine that? Can you imagine what would happen to Bitcoin like the moment he posted that out? You get like an instant 20% downturn on Bitcoin. Yeah, crazy. I don't understand it, but it is interesting. I mean, it just shows you, doesn't it? Like, that is actually probably still quite surface level for TradFi as well. And I still have just no idea what it is. But
Maybe you should try to get Sailor on the stream and he can explain it.
Yeah, I would love to interview Sailor.
Would you?
Yeah,
I don't think I would.
Why?
I think he'd just talk about Bitcoin, and he wouldn't want to talk about anything else. I don't know. It feels like when people talk about Bitcoin and they're a massive Bitcoin bull, they talk about Bitcoin and they say one thing.
Yeah, but do you know
and
what?
They say it over and over again.
Do you know why I would like to have him on? Is because I would like to ask him the questions that no one else does.
And he just won't answer them.
If he doesn't answer them, then at least he's on the podcast not answering them. No one seems to ask him any of these questions, do they? And
what would you ask him?
Well, I would say, like, this house of cards that you built, maybe not phrase it like that, but I would just say, talk us through this money that you've raised, how you've raised it, these various forms of systems that you've raised it from. Now take us through how you're planning on to pay the debt back. What happens if Bitcoin falls to 50k? What happens if Bitcoin falls to 40k, 30k? How safe are your buys? Do you have to sell any at any point? Like, I just want someone to ask him the questions that we all really want to know. Your addiction for 2 years has been buying altcoins. I'm 50% down. 50% down so far. That's that meme, innit? Have you seen that? It's that Homer Simpson meme, innit?
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, to be fair, mate, at least you're only 50% down. I probably assume that there's a lot of people that are 90+% down. So in some form of way, mate, you're actually outperforming a lot of the market, I would think. And honestly, that probably sounds stupid, doesn't it, in saying that? But I actually genuinely think you probably are. But yeah, you hopefully we'll get there, mate. Hopefully we'll get there. I would love nothing more than for you to come on stream in a couple months' time, 6 months' time, whenever, and say, Dave, I've just sold for 3-4x what I put into it. I'm happy. And I'd be like, well done, Sean. Well in, mate. I would love that to happen. So let's hope so. Anyway, if you haven't dropped a like, please do drop a like. I'm going to put, before Nick tells me off anyway. Before Nick tells me off, I know he's probably itching to tell me to, put the vote on. So here it comes. There you go, Nick. That one's for you, mate. Anyway, if you haven't dropped a like, do drop a like. We're on 24 viewers and 10 likes. So plenty of you in there that haven't liked. So please do take a second, scroll down, hit the like button. It is massively appreciated, of course. And yeah, we've got US Open coming at us in 25 minutes. So yeah, hey, I think I'm hopefully due to get the keys tomorrow.
Yeah,
for my house. But
that's exciting.
I haven't heard anything since yesterday, but everything's done now. Apart from they were waiting for, I've just spilled some tea. They were waiting for the seller solicitors on something yesterday, but I'm really hoping to have the keys tomorrow so I can start the work on the weekend.
Yeah, Friday's not a bad day to get the keys, is it? Because
it's not a bad day
to.
Yeah, I think it's also not a good day because if you don't get them, you have to wait till Monday.
Yes, that's slightly negative. Yeah, and then you can't really do anything meaty until 5 days after that.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no, to be
Are you going to be moving all in? Or are you going to do the work and then moving in?
Yeah, I'm going to renovate first. Going to try and get it done. Going to try and get it all done fast. I've already started lining things up with obviously workmen and that. But I mean, pretty much from the moment I get the keys, my weeknights and weekends are gone. It's just going to have to be just working on the house non-stop, weeknights and full weekends.
You could start a spin-off Stonksy stream where you just show the renovations, live stream hitting stuff with a
I
hammer.
could start a TikTok.
Oh yeah, you could do that.
Start a TikTok.
Dick from Dick and Dom does that now, doesn't he?
What?
Dick from Dick and Dom. He renovates houses.
Does he?
He renovates houses, yeah. Well, I think he renovates his house on TikTok.
Oh wow, no way. I didn't know that.
You reach out for a collaboration.
Yeah, I've just checked. There is no email.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, I hope so. I hope so. Right. Where are we up to? Yeah, I'm gonna ring this lister straight after the stream. Luckily, Sol is my biggest bag, and it's been staked for a few years. She must have been earning some decent APY then. I don't know what Sol's at. I think at one point it was like 7%, weren't it? What are you earning on it at the moment, Sean? What is the unlock like for that? I always feel a bit kind of nervy staking coins if it's not instant unlock. Because
I've got some ETH staked, and the unlock on that is 53 days.
Yeah, well, Wiz managed to get back in his Coinbase, didn't he? Where he had like 5 ETH from literally 4 years ago. He managed to get back in it, and he had to wait 90 days to unstake his. It's unlocked in December.
Good God.
But he's not been able to access that since 2021, 2022. So
I staked mine with Coinbase because I thought you could do that liquid staking through it, but I've not been able to find it. So I don't know if you can or not. Oh, certainly you could though.
I know you used to be able to, yeah.
It's the only reason I did it.
I really don't like the I don't like anything with an unlock time because one, you just can't react to the market if you want to, and two, I'm very, very impatient. So for instance, can you imagine if just something happened and ETH went to 7k before the end of November? You would be absolutely just itching, wouldn't you, to get that ETH and sell it if you wanted to? But then imagine having to wait and then I just don't like it. 5-day unlock. See, that's not too bad. And you've been making 5.7%, so you've made about 2k. I'd say that, yeah, that's not bad. And 5 days isn't too bad. I mean, how long is yours? 53 days?
53, yeah.
That's horrendous, isn't it?
It's not good.
Nancy Pelosi announced his retirement. Yeah, I think it came out, didn't it, earlier in the week or last week? I think it was earlier this week that she wasn't gonna rerun anyway. What convenient timing, eh? What convenient timing. But yeah, we do have 20 minutes to go until US Open. So shall we grab a quick toilet break and all that jazz?
Yeah, sounds good.
Let me get the message ready. There you go. We'll be back in a few minutes, people. Don't go anywhere. Grab yourself a brew, grab yourself toilet break. Simply hang around. We'll be back in a few minutes, getting ready for US Open. Of course, drop a like, drop a subscribe. Now's the perfect time to sign up to BLOFIN, to sign up to Stonksy. Links are in the description. And yeah, don't go anywhere. We'll be back in just a few. we're back. We are back. How are we all? It's great for emotions. You can't shit the bed and just sell it when. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I know you just sit there in anguish watching it go down.
It does help you stop kind of panic trading, though, doesn't it? Like, you know, because
100%.
you know, you may have capitulated the other day when obviously we got the downturn, you know, the downturn, and you know, who knows, you maybe potentially bottom ticked it and sold it down here. You know, you just don't know, do you, what you could have done in a theoretical scenario. And then of course, you know, you'd be almost 10% lighter on your bag. So yeah, that is very, very true. I think, you know, that's a really good point to have made. Yeah, I think. What else have we got going on? Giggle. Oh, Giggle has been insane. Does anyone actually know what has caused the Giggle thing? Because it's majority confused me, because I know CZ come out, didn't he, last week or early? I don't know when it was, and basically said, you know, this isn't anything officially affiliated with it was here. Yeah, Tuesday it must have been. This isn't affiliated officially with Giggle or anything, and then it's just gone on to do like a 6x. I don't understand that. I don't know. I don't know what's driving it or whatever. I don't know whether it's just because CZ just keeps tweeting the word Giggle and mentioning Giggle or what. But I don't. I mean, let's go and have a look. I know he tweeted something about Giggle again today, but. Yeah, no, yeah, tweeted about Giggle Academy, but let's go back to, when was it? Tuesday. Is this? Oh wait, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. So the Giggle Fund token is not issued by Giggle Academy. It is a meme coin initiated by the community. I really don't know what's going on. But somehow, yeah, it's massively pumping in it. It's crazy. Stonksy caught a real nice one there. You can see that's around about 2.5x up, which is lovely. And yeah. It's great for yeah. We read them, haven't we? So we've got 10 minutes, just over 10 minutes to go until US Open.
What are you saying? Up or down?
I am going to say. What am I going to say? I want to say down.
Oh, no.
I'm going to say down.
I think I'd like it to go up for a bit now.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm ready for it to go up a bit.
Okay.
I'm not really, you know, the spot bags are irrelevant now. It's all just trading.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Hang on, just let me check something. My phone's just gone off. Let's see. What's that? There we go. What should we look at next? What are you feeling? What should we look at?
I'll tell you something that annoyed me the other day.
Go on.
I withdrew some money from Swissborg, right?
Yeah.
£5,000 because I saw an offer somewhere that said if you switch your cash ISA to us, we'll pay you money. So I was like, oh, bosh, I've got some free money. I'll get that money from them in a cash ISA. Sorted.
Yeah.
So I withdrew it. It cost me £75 in the process of withdrawing it.
No, it didn't.
75 quid to withdraw 5 grand. £75.
That is outrageous, isn't it?
It's less than what I've gained from switching the cash ISA, which was the entire point of withdrawing the cash.
It was 1.5%.
It's
what was that?
insane.
Was that to swap it out to pounds?
That was to swap it from crypto to pounds and then withdraw it from Swissborg to my bank account.
That is dear.
It's insane.
Well, it's basically because I remember, I don't know, when I used to use Swissborg anyway, it was always £1 to withdraw.
Mm-hmm.
So the transaction fee was 1.5% to swap it out, weren't it then?
I couldn't believe it. If I'd have used my brain, I would have seen the fee being charged and thought, nah, let's not do this.
Yeah.
But you know what you're doing with that sort of stuff, don't you? So it's just really autopilot. Yeah, 75 quid.
Revenge it and sell some of Borg.
I could do.
Just revenge trade it.
I really don't know what to do because on that one, how does Borg look on the chart?
Well, I don't mean to brag, but from that point of where I told you to sell it, when we was in Manchester, it is down 44%.
Oh dear!
If you'd have listened to me and one candled it, you would have been much better off. It's the one that I've held for the longest period of time. It just feels like, I don't know, it's one of the only ones I've got an attachment to still. Yeah, I know what you mean. And the thing is, as well, I suppose it's one of them where it will always be there in some form of money, won't it? Like, basically, unless Swissborg ever blows up, there's always going to be value to Borg. So it's one of them where it's kind of like a little emergency fund in it if you need anything. Where
just need a bit of cash.
Regardless of where it's at, it will always have some value. But yeah, I know what you mean. But yeah, this had a great run up, didn't it? The thing is, it's just in line with everything else, isn't it? It's just in line with everything else that has just been obviously pummeled down by Bitcoin. I mean, if you look at Solana in the same period of time, what did we go from then? The end of September, which is here. Obviously, that had a little run up. I mean, from that point, there, Solana's down 33%, so not even really that much less. So
I think Solana is my biggest bag left now.
Is it?
Never hit a price that I wanted to sell at, so I never sold it.
Oh, you devil. Yeah, well, there we go then. There we go. I mean, we're just eagerly awaiting US Open now, aren't we? Anyway, I suppose we haven't really discussed much of the theme of today's thumbnail, have we? Do you think
What's the theme of the thumbnail?
Well, have you not seen it? Oh, it's a mega one today. Let me pull it up. Look at
it. Santa.
I think that looks epic with the background. Looks amazing, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, I wonder where you got that background from.
Yeah, I wonder. But do you think we are going to have an end of year rally, so we're going to get a Santa rally, or is everyone getting coal in the stockings?
I could see it. I could also not see it. Both of them wouldn't surprise me. It doesn't tend to do much at Christmas, does it? So over the Christmas period, it'll be flat.
It tends to be into the middle of December and then done.
And then
so around about the 15th and then done.
I mean, that sort of aligns kind of ish with the end of it, with what I thought 2 years ago. So I could see that.
Yeah. Yeah. I assume probably if you ask kids now, They probably don't know what the meaning is when you say you're going to get some coal. We're probably the last generation.
You reckon?
Probably.
I don't know any children to ask.
No, I don't reckon people say you're going to get coal anymore. Or it was an orange, weren't it? You're going to end up with like an orange or something.
Oh yeah.
You're going to end up with an orange.
What would be the modern day equivalent?
You're going to end up with a pen and paper instead of an iPad. I don't know. You're going to end up with some altcoins. No, please. Not the altcoin, please. Oh, God. Oh, funny. Yes. The S&P is just chilling around as well. I mean, yeah.
Did you do a short on the S&P?
I still have my ETF one open, yeah. But
How many of those did you open?
just the S&P and Nvidia. I did open a Mag 7 one, but then I got rid of that because I thought I'm doing too much.
Yeah.
But I'm still only probably, I'd say, in between like a quarter and a fifth exposed as to what I want to be. I'm so annoyed because last week I was staring at Nvidia at 210 and 211 and I didn't pull the trigger. And then when it hit that again this week, obviously London Stock Exchange was shut, so I couldn't short it again from there. But I'm annoyed at myself for not just hitting the trigger on that first round at 210, 211. Well, there we go. This is trading, in it.
At these levels, it doesn't really matter in 12 months, 2 years' time.
Yeah.
It's
what
going
I
to
will
be of a muchness.
Is this is going to be a biggie. The 19th of November, we have Nvidia earnings, obviously the last one. I don't know why Nvidia's always so like late after the rest of the Mag 7. It's always like weeks after the rest of them. But this is obviously going to be a biggie. Like, huge one in it. So we'll see what happens there. That is 2 weeks yesterday.
Exciting.
Yeah, exciting. But I mean, as for Bitcoin, yeah, we're just kind of hanging around, aren't we? We're not really doing too much.
Respecting those channels.
Yeah, I mean, it's worked really nicely on the 1 hour channels. I'll tell you what did work really nicely as well on the oscillator. You had obviously
beautiful
drop out of the inner channel and then the 1 hour bullish confirmation on the oscillator.
Do you know, I did play around with the oscillator a little bit, and I've put some background colours on it.
Have you?
Yeah,
it a bit funky.
It looks quite cool. The sharper the oscillating line, the darker the colour. Yeah. And it I don't know. I think it looks promising. It's not quite as binary as the current Stonksy background colours, but sometimes it's nice for a bit of context in it. Just something that gives you a degree, not a yes no.
So the background will change when it's in the different stages of the line?
Yeah, so...
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Have we got any examples that I can show you?
Well, I mean...
on the 15-minute chart, if you go back to Tuesday the 4th...
Yeah.
So you see where it goes real sharp? Just next to that green arrow.
Oh.
On my view, that is super dark red.
Right. Yeah.
So that's shorted all the way from, I don't know, around about, well, where it starts flipping dark red. It shorts it all the way down.
Yeah. Down to there.
I don't know. It looks super nice.
Well, I think that'd be a great addition. Get it on.
There's so much to do, man.
Yeah.
Oh, ding, ding, ding.
Is it? Let me get it on then. There we go. That was a very clean ring of the bell today as well. I haven't been ringing it very clean. This
How do you ring a bell not clean?
I don't know. It just kept like the ball thing in it just wasn't ringing clean.
Are you going to celebrate the new house purchase with a gong?
Haha, no. Too much to buy. Too much prop stuff to buy. I am going.
Yeah, I guess if you're paying people to fix it up, it's going to be an expensive few months for you.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I am gonna be moving. I'll have to obviously move my stuff because I have got this office until the end of the month, and then I need to be out. So then I'm gonna have to move all the stuff again, move my setup and everything into the garage for the new house. I'm gonna be in the garage.
Why are you choosing in the garage? Is that just where it fits?
We're gonna get the garage converted into like another kind of like just sitting room thing. There's nowhere else to go. All the upstairs bedrooms will be taken. So there's nowhere else to go. It'll have to be in the garage. I mean, the good thing is the garage is attached, so you just walk through the kitchen and then into the garage. But we will the garage converted.
You have to get the insulation in there. It'd be freezing, won't it?
It's gonna be a cold, because that will be like the last thing to be done. So I am gonna be freezing on these streams, but don't you worry, guys. I'll be pulling through.
To be fair, if you're wearing full Santa costume, that will be quite toasty.
I'm not. I'm only wearing the hat. I'm not wearing anything else. Yeah, I'm only wearing the Santa hat. I'm not wearing anything else. No chance. Not a chance. But yeah, I don't know.
It's been a pretty quiet open, hasn't it?
Very.
So it's like
Very
America's
quiet.
woken up, but it's still half asleep.
Seems that way, doesn't it?
Has it been moving much on open?
No, I don't. Not the past few. I mean, look, to be fair, yes, I mean, it already seems like an eternity ago, but it was only the other day, wasn't it? I know on when we were just wedged in here, it wasn't doing anything on open. Obviously, Sunday was. What did it do on Monday? Yeah, I mean, look at that. Even on Monday, it didn't do anything. On Tuesday it did. Yeah, Tuesday was the big drop. Tuesday it did, but we haven't really been getting much on opens. We are falling off a little bit, so it's come into kind of this area. I had this highlighted because I thought, that would be a nice clean sweep of liquidity above there. But I mean, basically what it's come into supply, and it's come into that area of supply there, and it's obviously fell off. So yeah, struggling there at the moment. I mean, I don't see these lows being safe. I never ever like equal lows. And obviously, if I just turn Stonksy off for a second, you'll be able to see they are basically the cleanest equal lows you may ever see. So yeah, I don't like them, and I do fancy them to be taken. Now, whether that is just like, we continue ranging, swipe, and then continue ranging, whatever, I don't know. Or it leads to, maybe another leg down. We'll have to see. But I do fancy these lows to be taken out at some point before we get either further downside or then snap back to the upside.
Is that where you've marked out that level even further down? This CME gap?
Yes, this one, yeah.
Yeah. So you reckon down, touch that back up?
Yeah, but to be fair, it's probably going to go. It would probably be more like this. I think probably more something like that, because the CME gap goes down to 91.5, which obviously on exchanges would take us probably down to about 91, given the premium on CME. And then I do assume if we go there, we will get some sort of liquidation wick. So we could even go down as low as 88, maybe. Yeah, we could even go down to 80. I do think we will get some for them with liquidation wick. I mean, really,
How
for me,
bearish can we get?
it's very simple. You know, when
Why
you look
stop
at it,
there?
I've just got three levels. My three levels now for the downside will be down here. And the thing is, I think this would end up being up because, as you can see, we've got a nice build up of wicks there, but there's not really much in this candle. So I think either this would end up being the wick to close the CME gap, and then obviously maybe it snaps back into this range where obviously it found demand, which would be nice because it would come and clean all them wicks out as well. But I think, you know, something like a little snap, big long lower wick like on this day, snap back up towards demand, and then I think that will be it. Either that or down to here, or obviously, what have I done there? Or down to 76. I really just don't know. The thing is, no one knows, do they? You know, nobody knows.
No, nobody knows. Unless there's some kind of, I don't know,
Unless you
conductor
can
travel, time travel, or is he a space traveller?
Unless you can control the market. Nobody knows. But we haven't really got much movement on US Open so far.
Yeah, it went down a bit, now it's going back up.
Yeah.
It's going back down.
The chat's gone a bit quiet. The chat's gone a bit quiet. Come on, heat it up again, guys. Heat it up again. Get the chat heating up.
I don't know, there's nothing really to talk about when it's not moving, is it?
Yeah. Well, can you imagine how hard it is for me when I'm on my own?
Oh god, yeah.
On my own without a co-host, and while the market's just sideways. So sometimes I do look back. I go back and I look at periods like this. You know, like this, just monotonous, just down up. I mean, obviously that is good. That is good price movement in itself, but obviously, you know, you got just periods where it just doesn't do anything. And I like look back at periods like that. You know, I just didn't really do anything. And this, and I'm just like, that was the worst. Look at that. That was horrendous price action. Just wedged between like 4K. And I look back and I think, bloody hell, how did I keep people entertained during that?
You could start like reading audiobooks.
Well, what we're going to do
reading
is...
Harry Potter to everyone.
Well, what we're going to do is, towards the end of November, we're going to plan out 25 days of Christmas. Well, it'll be 24 days, won't it? Because obviously one day's Christmas Day. 24 days of Christmas where we plan out the best 24 Christmas films to watch.
Ooh, okay. Elf.
Hey, I tell you, yeah. Do you know what? I watched Elf this morning.
What?
I've already watched. I was watching Christmas films last week.
Why? What? Are you all right?
I love Christmas films.
I like them. I couldn't do 2 months of them. That's
yeah. The build up is
a
the
bit
best.
much.
I think Christmas Day itself is quite depressing because it's all over.
Oh no, I completely agree with you there. It's
Like the build up,
quite anticlimactic, isn't it?
Best. Yeah, the build up's the best. Come Christmas Day,
you've still got that Boxing Day and then New Year's, which I guess that'll soften the blow a bit.
I hate New Year's, mate.
Why?
I don't know. I just think it's rubbish. I never do anything for it. I just
Fair
think
enough.
it's rubbish. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. So we're going to plan out 24 of the best Christmas films. And I mean, Elf is on there. The Polar Express, the Grinch.
It's rubbish. Is Polar Express?
No, Polar Express is good.
Rubbish.
The Grinch animated one. The Grinch animated one. I swear is like my daughter's favourite film ever. She loves it.
Sure it's not
honestly,
yours?
I'm not joking. She must have watched that probably about 10 times already since like 2 weeks ago.
How old is she?
Just over 2.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That's a lot of Grinch.
That's why I've already been watching Christmas films.
I get excited then.
I did put Elf on this morning though. That was me voluntarily. Oh, getting a push down on Bitcoin now.
Ooh.
Oh, I think this could be a nice range for it. What else was I saying? I can't remember. I can't remember what else I was saying.
What about Christmas specials?
Oh, can't beat the royal family.
And yeah, I agree with you there. There's a good one.
The best one, in my opinion, is the new sofa, where they go around to Dave and Denise's, and Dave's mum and dad's there. I think that might be my favourite ever thing to watch at Christmas time. Ever. Better than anything.
Last Christmas, I was watching. It's not Christmas special at all, but I found it hilarious when you're slightly pissed. The In-Betweeners with the sign language on as well. Oh, it's funny.
A lot of people watch Harry Potter at Christmas, don't they?
It is quite Christmassy. Didn't they usually they come out at Christmas, don't they?
Well, I think each film has got like a segment of Christmas in it because it's meant to represent like a full year of them being in Hogwarts. So like, I'm pretty sure like each film, maybe not every film, I don't know, off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure most of the films have like a good segment in them of obviously being Christmas, yeah. But watch Harry Potter. Yeah, that the royal family Christmas special. There's just no beating it. There really is just no beating it. What else is there? What other good Christmas specials is there? Obviously, Gavin and Stacey's
Big Fat Quiz at Year is quite good, but that's not really a Christmas special, is it?
Yeah. Well, the Gavin and Stacey one that come out last Christmas, that wasn't even set at Christmas time, was it? But I think that's got a few that is set at actual Christmas time.
There's one where they all go around to one of them's house, isn't there?
Yeah.
It's like an hour-long special.
Yeah. What else is there? What else is Christmassy? I'm trying to think off the top of my head, like what series have got Christmas specials. I love all the royal family Christmas specials, though. Yeah, unbelievable.
Inside Number 9's got a Christmas special.
Has it?
So does Black Mirror.
Coding says Christmas Day goes too fast. It does, mate. It does. You get up early, and in no time it's 8 p.m. watching Christmas TV, and you're like, Christmas finished for another year. Yeah, that's what I mean. That's why I think Christmas Day is actually quite depressing. It's the build-up that's the best. Like, especially like December 1st onwards. That's why I don't get people when people say they put the tree up like a week before Christmas or something. It's like you don't get enough time.
Is yours up now?
Not yet. It will be soon.
We put ours at the front of the storage.
I might get a small one from the desk here in the office with me.
Oh, you should do.
Yeah, get a little one there. But yeah, gonna have my Santa hat on. I'll obviously have to put this away soon. The autumn cup and get a Christmas cup. What else? Don't know. I don't know what else.
Tinsel necklace.
Yeah, maybe a tinsel necklace.
Full-on Grinch costume.
Imagine. No, I'm not wearing anything masky. I did my time wearing a bloody face covering on this stream, and I'm never going back to it. Never again. Seems to be a lack of bull sentiment. Is it time to short Bitcoin to the bottom? 26, 27.
I keep wondering when to open my big short.
I would say it's probably too late at this point. I definitely wouldn't be shorting here personally.
No, I agree with you there.
I think if you want to short it in terms of looking to short it and you're predicting a cycle top, you would be wanting a bounce to at least probably 110 to give you like obviously some decent room, in my opinion anyway. I mean, you can do what you want. I actually did call the cycle top on Wiz's stream, I think about 2 weeks ago.
Well,
when we was at 114k.
I won't call it. Don't call it done just yet.
No, I wouldn't either. I definitely wouldn't. I think there's definitely the potential for us to go higher. But yeah, I think
it's a completely different situation to last time, because now Bitcoin and crypto is more interlinked with like everything. Like, look at the US.
Well, the thing
like
is,
Trump and all that sort of stuff, and then the ETFs, all of that sort of institutional I mean, they could just dump it all to zero.
There's a whole bunch of different market participants, and I think that the major difference this time is no one has gave one single crap about the halving.
That's true.
Like obviously, typically, you would get the right. Bitcoin's now 1 year post halving. You know, some supply squeeze coming or whatever. There's just I don't think I've seen anyone mention the halving. I can't remember the last time I've seen someone mention the halving.
There's an article on CSE that's coming this weekend about what's the drivers of Bitcoin market now.
Yeah. Do you think the 4-year cycle is dead, or do you think it's still ongoing?
I don't really know. What a shy answer.
Well, you don't, do you? Nobody knows.
Nobody knows. I can understand the arguments for saying it's over. And I think if it is over, it's not the right way, because that is Bitcoin selling out, and there's just something that doesn't feel right about it to me, selling out to institutions.
Yeah. I mean, it's happened now, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's too late.
Highs and lows look to be getting smaller as time goes on. Yeah, I mean, a couple of if you're wanting to go down this road, obviously a couple of bearish things for me have been the lack of follow through to all-time highs when we had the chance. So, just momentum running out and obviously sell pressure coming in. So, we had obviously burst up to all-time high, didn't we? Sell off, a little tipple over, sell off. Third time, little tipple over, sell off. It just didn't seem like the strength was there to actually bid it higher. And then I think you pair this alongside something like ETH, and I think this is more so a case for ETH, is that it's
really rounded off on it.
You had bloody, you had Bitmine, Tom Lee just buying billions and billions and billions. Other treasury companies like SBET, the treasury companies own over 10% of the supply now. That's how much they bought on the way up, and they still only just tipped it over all-time high. That was all obviously just complete that buying and obviously bidding, and they still couldn't send it really above all-time high too much. I think if you was asking me to obviously pick some bearish cases, that would be it. If I was to pick some bullish cases, it would be we haven't really broken any sort of trend yet at all. We've still not broken any sort of trend. So, we looked at this yesterday. The 50 weekly moving average. Bitcoin's held it very well since getting above it. It's obviously testing it again now, as it did, in August and September 24, as it did in March and April of this year. It's testing it again now. So there's this, obviously that would be one this is going to be one sign this week, I think, of is Bitcoin keeping the trend or not. And again, I wouldn't pin the whole cycle on a 50 weekly moving average, but it's obviously one thing you can look at, isn't it, in terms of the trend. The trend has been, since we got above this, we've not dropped below, and it has used it as support each time it's come into it. So there's that. And then, there's various other things, just such as, normal market structure. But yeah, I mean, there's always the chance that this, say wherever this goes down to, could form something like this. Do you know what I mean? There's always the chance of that, isn't there? There's always the chance of that. So I don't know. I mean, and the problem is unless obviously you are like either fully conviction up here or whatever, we just don't know until obviously it just unfolds and stuff, do we? Like, we just don't know until it unfolds. So we need to see it unfold. But yeah, I mean, I'll be disappointed if it was the end.
I don't know, because
can you check?
It broke 100k.
I mean, in terms of Bitcoin, this is I suppose this is one argument that I don't get on board with, is like obviously the argument of when is the bull market going to start. Well, Bitcoin's been in a bull market. You know, it's done.
It's 2 years.
It's done like
almost
7, 8,
bull market.
3 years. 3 years. 3 years for Bitcoin.
3 years. Bloody hell.
3 years. Well, yeah, January 2023 was when it started, weren't it? When it started its run. That's what I would consider the start of it anyway. That's obviously where it jumped up off accumulation. So I would consider January 2023 to be the start of the run. But you know, that's done 7 or 8x off the bottom.
15k.
So in terms of
15.8k.
Yeah, in terms of Bitcoin, I mean, what is that off the bottom? Yeah, it's about 8x, isn't it? Something like that.
Something like that.
You know, in terms of Bitcoin, it's 8x for Bitcoin is very, very good. You know, it's really good. Bitcoin has basically had its bull market. What people, I think, are referring to when they say when's the bull market is basically saying when are altcoins going to pump. Now that is the question in it, because Bitcoin.
And some have.
Yeah, Bitcoin has had its bull market, in my opinion. Could still get one more leg up. I have always still been looking at kind of, you know, that just kind of region just below 150k, like 130 to 145-ish. So I definitely wouldn't rule that out. But in terms of Bitcoin, I mean, personally, I don't see it going to 200 plus this cycle. I think it kind of needs a lot more time to accumulate now, given obviously how much it's pushed up. It's really altcoins in it is what obviously people want to go. Manny says, you know when the bull market run ain't done when ETH hits an all-time high. It hits a top off an alt. I don't know what are you suggesting that?
I think he's implying that the bull run's done when ETH and alts have hit a blow off top.
Yeah, but this is I think this is another argument in it, is we only have really two data points to go off that, don't we? Like, all that is pinned on a cycle in 2017, 2018, and then a cycle in 2021. That's it. That's all the data that we have. So
that's why you can't really rely on it.
Well, that's it. That like, and obviously each cycle is behaved differently. Now, again, I'm not saying that it won't happen or anything, but you know, you had treasury companies buying, you know, 10, 20, 30, 40 billion dollars of ETH, and they still only got a little fart over the all-time high, didn't they?
I would still insane, isn't it, when you think about it?
Yeah, I would still love to see a proper run on ETH, you know, to 7-8k.
Compare it to last time though, like NFTs and altcoins were all operating on Ethereum, and gas fees were really expensive. That almost certainly will have helped push the prices up.
Also, there was a more compressed. You know, there was only about 3,000-4,000 altcoins. This cycle,
millions.
This cycle different compared to 2021. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, each cycle is different, which is why obviously we may not get the same results. You can't always pin the same results on each cycle, can you? And again, I'm not. You know, you got to look at both sides. We only ever have two data. We've only got 2 data points. You've only got 2 data points. You've got 2017, 2018, and you've got obviously 2021. And obviously, this cycle is majorly different because, you know, we've got treasury companies, you've got ETFs, you've obviously got countries getting involved. You know, it's majorly different compared to anything else. I think the biggest thing is obviously most of them have gone into Bitcoin and aren't really interested in picking off alts. So for alts to obviously get a real solid push, what you're relying on is just like obviously whales and you know, maybe exchanges to rotate out of Bitcoin into altcoins, because you know, institutions aren't going to do that. You know, you're not going to get MicroStrategy and you're not going to get anyone else rotating their Bitcoin going, right, cycle tops in, let's rotate into alts for alt season. You know, you're basically relying on crypto OGs, aren't you? The whales and, you know, exchanges and obviously, you know, big players in the space to rotate that rotation of capital into altcoins. That's what you're relying on, because let's be honest, the average investor probably hasn't got any money left. Everyone, I assume most people are probably fully or most of the way deployed into the market. So it's it's definitely an interesting topic, yeah. And there's definitely two sides. There's definitely two sides to the coin. You could definitely pick a good handful of bullish scenarios and bullish factors as well. So yeah, and the thing is, we will only know once it happens, won't we? All you can have is your conviction, your bias, your beliefs, and then time, and that's all you can have. Because we'll see, won't we, over the next couple of months, moving into Q1. Whatever happens there, then obviously Q2 and whatever it is to come next year, we'll only know once it happens. And no one knows. No one knows. We, for instance, like me and you, Manny, could have a back and forth. Say for instance, you say the top's not in, and we're going to get some big massive blow off top, and I say, oh no, the top's in. The cycle's over. They're just two different viewpoints, aren't they? And none of us can say for certain that we're right. You could pick the side of you are right, but no one's definitely right, are they? No one definitely knows for sure. So yeah, I think you've just got to pick your conviction, aren't you? What is your conviction in the market, in the cycle, and then obviously go from there. But personally, I just like to focus on the chart. If Bitcoin shows me strength, I will obviously play the strength. If Bitcoin shows me weakness, like it is doing at the moment, I will wait for it to, obviously, that weakness to subside or come into, a key region or a key level that I'm wanting to see. I don't try and second guess it or try and be too smart about it. But it's a really good discussion because, on one hand, you have the people that come out, don't you? After a big drop like this, you'll have the people come out, and right at the bottom here, you'll have people start screaming cycle over. But they weren't saying it, a week or two ago when Bitcoin was at like 115k, which is obviously where people like to measure psychology from and stuff like that. But yeah, at the end of the day, just focus on the chart and obviously what Stonksy's telling you, and that's all you can do. What bottom of cycle 30k? Yeah, if you're looking at kind of worst case scenario, yeah, I think that level to me anyway, let me get a fresh chart. That level to me, not that one, hang on, the one with a bit more data. Yeah, that one to me would be really nice. I mean, just off the naked eye, I'll go and mark on, just very easily the regions in which is obviously important to Bitcoin. So you've got this one, you've got this one, which is obviously just a little bit below. You've then got this one. You've got ones in and around. I mean, for instance, on the weekly chart, I know we've got a little build up here, haven't we? At like kind of mid 40Ks here, which would obviously line up kind of where their monthly highs came in. So in and around there, obviously that's where we bounced off there. I know there's a build up there. So, looking at the weekly chart or the daily, you'll have something there. Here is obviously one too. So there you go. I mean, for me, yeah, they are, very simply the downside areas of where is most critical for Bitcoin. I mean, that one would obviously that would be a gift, wouldn't it? That in 2026, 2027, whenever potentially, that would be the biggest gift that the market could give you. This one would obviously still be nice. That would still be nice. Maybe, even that one is over 50% retrace from the current high. That's obviously 60 odd. 30k would give 80, I'm guessing, 73. So yeah, I mean, we don't know. You just don't know, do you? But I think if you get anywhere near mid 40s down to here, anything in this gap, yeah, I think would be just long term. It's an absolute gift, isn't it? And that's where I'd be extremely. I mean, you'd be ecstatic, wouldn't you, Dean?
Oh, 100%.
I just can't see 30k ever getting hit. Works both ways, doesn't it? Works both ways. It works both ways. I mean, there was probably once upon a time where people couldn't see Bitcoin ever hitting 100k. And then, obviously, last cycle, there was probably a lot of people thinking that Bitcoin would never go back to 16k. So it works both ways for up and down. What do you think XRP would drop back down? 20 to 50 cents? Off the top of my head, I think I remember the 50 cent region being quite important for it, wasn't it? I think it was around 50 cents before it got its move off last year when Trump won the election, wasn't it? So, I mean, it's yet to revisit there. So I would probably say 50 cents off the top of my head sounds good. 30k, 2027. I mean, it would be a gift, wouldn't it? It would be a gift. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. You know, you just don't know, do you? But yeah, thank you everyone for watching today. It's been great. Thank you for those of you that have dropped a like. If you haven't, drop a like on the stream. Subscribe if you're new around here. And of course, come and join us at Stonksy. Links in the description. Trade on BLOFIN. It's non-KYC. That is in the description too. And I'll catch you all tomorrow for Friday's big end of week stream. Ciao for now. Have a great day. And I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye.